Tracy, thank you. Developing this morning, rescue teams are racing to find survivors after a strong earthquake hits eastern Afghanistan.
The magnitude 6.0 quake struck Sunday night, killing at least 900 people and injuring 3,000 while most were asleep.
Officials say the death toll could rise significantly as many people are feared to be trapped beneath the rubble.
CBS reporter Tina Kraus has the very latest.
In eastern Afghanistan, it's rescue by desperation. No heavy equipment, just villagers with shovels and bare hands, searching for loved ones buried in the rubble. Victims of the earthquake that struck in the middle of the night Sunday, shaking a remote region deep in the mountains, flattening villages and triggering mudslides that wiped out entire neighborhoods, leaving some buried in rubble for hours.
We're always expecting these disasters to happen, but it feels like in Afghanistan, people really don't get a chance to just breathe.
Afghanistan's Taliban government mobilized the few helicopters it has, flying over shattered villages to reach the injured and airlift them to hospitals. Hospitals so crowded, this doctor has to search for a spot to lay down 3-year-old Nasib Allah. His twin and his brother died in the quake. Their father said he dug them out of the ruins himself. The Taliban health ministry appealed to the international community.
We urgently call on humanitarian organizations to step in.
The United Nations has pledged an initial $5 million in emergency aid. Some groups like the Red Crescent and other small medical teams have made it to remote areas, but the UN Migration Agency says some of the hardest hit villages are still unreachable.
The first commandment is, I am the Lord your God, you will have no other gods before me. So are we talking about other gods like Zeus or Thor or the genie from Aladdin? No, we know that those are not real. But what we're also talking about are things that you place in front of God or make more important than God. For some people, that could be money. Money's more important to them. For other people, it could be sports. Sports becomes the only thing in their lives. Or maybe it's yourself. You think you're the most important person on the planet. So the first commandment refers to God is always the first thing that you should be thinking about.
But what about Muhammad? Now remember, we're comparing Jesus to Muhammad. Which is the best example to follow? We see that Jesus kept all of the 10 commandments and never sinned. Now let's take a look at Muhammad. This is the first of the 10 commandments. You shall have no other gods before me. Now this God is Yahweh. The Allah of Islam is not the God of the Bible. Moses and the Israelites had never even heard of Allah. Allah is not just a generic word for God, it's a title, it's a personal name, and it's not Yahweh. Muhammad also denied that Jesus is Yahweh as revealed in the Bible. The triune God can be seen in the Old Testament as well as the New Testament. And I suggest that you watch videos from a man named great preacher Anthony Rogers. He does a great example of showing how the Trinity is in the Old Testament as well. And Jesus himself claimed to be the Lord, Yahweh in the flesh. The whole revelation of the New Testament is that Jesus is Lord. He is Yahweh in the flesh. And Muhammad denied that Jesus was Yahweh in the flesh. So he's broken that first commandment in a million pieces.
Some of the so-called beautiful names of Allah used in the Quran prove that Allah is Satan. He's called deceiver, mischief maker, the misguider. Does that sound like a God you should trust and follow?
Regarding the topic about the 99 names of Allah, I find it troubling that many Muslims don't know that Allah has at least 5 names that proves that he is nobody else than Satan in disguise. I mean, Satan has a lot of power on this planet, and he can actually trick anybody thinking that he's a prophet of God. Well, it's Satan that is behind everything. And today, in this video, we're going to show everybody that Allah is nobody else than Satan, and even Muhammad himself does not know, or did not know 1400 years ago, what Allah would do to him. And here's a list of names that I want to share with everybody that should allow any person, any human who is seeking for the truth, to consider not to accept Islam, not to accept Allah, and actually take his conclusion that Allah is nobody else but Satan in disguise, Satan, the best deceiver. Look, the first name, this is, by the way, again, 5 names that I found for Allah. Muslims claim Allah has 99 names. So here are 5 names out of the 99 names. Read with me. Al-Mutakabbir, the arrogant one, the arrogant. Allah is arrogant? Where do we find this, brother? Doesn't sound like God to me. How can God be arrogant? Name number 2. Ad-Dar, the distresser, someone who distresses you. Should God not give you comfort?
Not only that,
a true living God, yeah.
He's the one that, another meaning for it, he's the one who caused you harm.
Yes, exactly. Here, name number 3, Al-Mudhil or Al-Muzil, the humiliator. God will humiliate people. Doesn't sound like God to me. It sounds like Satan again. And very famous one, number 4, Al-Makir, the deceiver, right? The deceiver. Brother, you are an Arabic speaker. I'm an Arabic speaker. When you use the word makr in any context, is it a negative thing? Is it an evil thing to use?
Of course. I mean, I dare anyone to go to an Arabic-speaking president or a boss, just a boss in general at your workplace, and say, hey, you look like al-makir, a deceiver to me. And let me know if that boss took it lightly and took it positively. If they don't take it that way, how can you call Allah this way?
Yeah. And Allah in chapter 3, Surah Ali Imran, ayah 54, he used this name. Look, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. And Muslims will do all kind of mental gymnastics and duct taping using false translation. No, the meaning is not planned, as you see on the screen. This is a false translation. Any Arabic speaker, and the brother already explained it, Allah is clearly the best of deceivers. So he is the deceiver, as we showed you in the last slide. So Allah is the best deceiver, meaning nobody can out-deceive Allah. Again, another proof that Allah is Satan. And the last name, this is the one that I gave Allah, and I have proved why I'm giving it to Allah. Al-Fattan, the mischief maker. Brother, when you hear such a name, is this fitting for a living God who should be all-loving, all-merciful?
Of course not. And here is the troubling part. They call those the beautiful names of Allah. What is so beautiful about these?
Yeah, exactly. And this information, you'll see why I gave Allah this name. If we go to the following slide here, look what it says. وَجَعَلْنَا بَعْضَكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ Fitnatan. Do you hear the word fitnatan? So who is causing the mischief? Fitna means mischief, right? In the lands, let's say. Allah is the one causing mischief among human beings. So again, do you see why I gave Allah the mischief maker?
And look how the translators usually do, again, mental gymnastics here. They call it trial. No. There is a different word for that. Tajriba,
exactly.
Imtihan, ikhtibar. Those are the words that will be translated as trial, not this one.
Yeah, exactly. And you see here, the word is fitna, fitnatan. So Allah is the one. I want for everybody to make it clear. Please focus. It literally says that Allah is the one who is causing fitna among the people. So do you see why I gave Allah the last name Al-Fattan, the mischief maker? So he is the one who is causing mischief, trouble among people. And this is, as you see, another disaster for any Muslim who will claim that Allah is the perfect God, trying to send the perfect message for all mankind. Is that true? You can be the judge of that, my friend.